I got my fan belt done on the car, on my Expedition, and it sounds a lot better. It's not making that noise. I think that string was thumping something when it went around. Sounds a lot better, but it needed replaced. I still wouldn't have got it on if I hadn't got my wife to help me push it up on there. There was so much tension on that belt. After a struggle, I managed to get the job done. And now we're both too tired to cook anything, so I'm going to the KFC, give my vehicle a little run here and make sure it's doing all right. It seems strange to have brand new wipers. Let's see if they squeak. I know they're dry right now. Oh, look at that. Not a squeak one. Well, providing I get to the town and back, we'll deem this project complete. I was coming up the road back there, and there was a guy, a pedestrian, walking the same direction we're going over there, just to the right of that white line. And the bright sun was shining in my eyes. I couldn't see him till I was right on top of him. But here's a little safety tip for you. Why would you trust other people to watch out for you when you can watch out for yourself? Now, what do I mean by that? You don't have any eyes in the back of your head. Some drunk might be coming down the road and you're depending on him, you the pedestrian walking close to that white line. You're depending on them to see you and go around you. Whereas you should be dependent on looking for yourself. How do you do that? You go to the other side of the road and face walk with the traffic coming towards you. And if a car does come too close, you could see it coming and step out of the way. Never in a million years would I turn my back on people in a vehicle and trust them to miss me when they go by. That's just pure dumb. Anyway, that's my little safety tip for today. Think about it. If you're the pedestrian, watch out for yourself. And my whole vehicle smelling like fried chicken. A whole bucket of it sitting here beside me. Thought I'd come out and take a look. I know I showed you my hole in the ground out here a while ago. We're going to walk out there and see if I got all the water pumped out. Well, I did. I did get it all pumped out because I've got the pump out of the water already. But I thought I'd talk a little bit today. I was in watching a lot of YouTube over the rainy season. And I'll continue to talk as we walk out and take a look in the hole. But basically doing a lot of resting today. I got a little tired because I worked all day yesterday. Well, most of the afternoon. Putting that fan belt on my truck turned into be quite a job. Being on blood thinner like I am, I got my, might as well show you if you can see it in the video, how the bruises come to the surface on the tiniest little bump. Don't take much to get you bleeding either. But it doesn't hurt. It just looks like you got the creeping crud or something. But I want to talk a little bit about, I'm just going to ramble. Let's take a walk out to the hole. I was watching a thing on YouTube a while ago talking about the way people scam people, like these beggars out on the street. you see them, they've all got a gimmick. One guy says he's hungry and needs food, or offer him a job. They won't take that. But it makes you stop and think. There are people, anybody could be a step away from being homeless. One paycheck, as a matter of fact, away from being homeless. So some of these people really are worthy of your charity. A good many of them are not. Over the years, when I was younger, when I first encountered them, when I first got out on my own, yep, the water's down almost out of there now. I recall the first time I ever really encountered somebody like that. I was in the Navy. It was my first leave from Great Lakes, Illinois, from boot camp. We went to a little town called in Waukegan, Illinois. And it was, this was like December. I don't remember exactly what the date was. It might have been January, but it was freezing cold. Ice and snow was on the ground. And this guy walks up to me and said he wanted $50 for a flop. 50 cents, beg your pardon, not $50. And I asked a buddy of mine with me, I said, what the hell is a flop? And he said, oh, that's a place to sleep. Oh, I said, I'll do that for him. I reached and grabbed out 50 cents. He said, no, don't give him that damn 50 cents. What are you talking about? This boy was from the city and he knew better. He said, he don't need no flop. You give him that in 15 minutes, he'll be drinking a bottle of wine. And it was hard to believe, but it was true. I recall once in the Navy, I was dating my wife at the time up in Philadelphia. And I'm waiting on this street corner for a trolley car. Pretty soon, here come a trolley car dinging down the track. Well, this guy's standing back in the background like he's homeless, says, I need a quarter for the trolley car. And I almost gave him the quarter, and then I thought, no, this guy doesn't look none too kosher to me. I said, I ain't got no quarter for you. He mumbled something under his breath and went back over there and stood there. Pretty soon, here comes the trolley. I get on the trolley car and put my quarter in the slot. It's a little machine there by the driver. He gets on behind me, pulls out a big roll of bills. I'm serious. It was a roll of greenbacks. Problem was, this cheap booger bear didn't have a quarter. So rather than break his greenbacks, he was going to bum one off of me. I said, you're just some kind of scam artist for sure, ain't you, fella? And it makes you think twice about donating or giving charity for anybody. Now there's people right here in this country that need it, and I would donate in a heartbeat, and I have been known to donate to worthy causes. But it makes you think twice when you see all these people out here begging and wanting you to hand them money. The YouTube video I was watching, some guy was making like $100,000 a year doing this. And you wouldn't think they could do that. They get in a brand new shiny car and drive home at night. They're not even homeless, they just pretend like they are. I've always believed charity begins at home. And what's going on in the government today, I don't understand. And you never convinced me that it's right. I don't know the exact figures, don't quote me, but in the new budget, the government quoted $584 billion or something like that for foreign aid. Different countries that we're taking care of financially. Well, Trump wants to go up there and build a security wall between us and Mexico, where all the drug peddlers and criminals and illegal aliens are coming across the border. And all he wants is $2 billion, and they won't give it to him, or $5 billion, whatever the amount is he wants. What they're really doing, this Pelosi lady, who, by the way, I hear tell is worth over $100 million, she's pulling the purse strings for the government. Telling them how to spend things. She don't want to give the money to Trump. What they're really doing, if you stop and think about it, they're campaigning for the 2020 election. This is their big push to try to make Trump look like a fool. As a result, some of these poor people, I mean, they're not poor, these workers, federal workers, aren't getting a paycheck. And that's what this Pelosi crowd and them want. They want Trump to look bad and lose votes, but I think it's going to backfire right in their face. Charity begins at home. We got people right here in this country starving to death and needing welfare checks. What are we doing? We're letting people come from other countries in this country, and they hand them right out a welfare check. That's why they're coming up here. They want the free money. There's a good many of you out there going to argue with me about this subject, but I'm expressing my opinion. Give the money to people here in this country that need it. And I agree with Trump. There's people, if they're capable of working, need to get out and work. Some of these people on welfare took off of welfare because they're capable of working, collecting a check every week. At least they're American citizens. You don't understand some lady worth $100 million dictating to the American public how their money should be spent. Why don't you just give us a tax cut and quit giving the money away altogether? And some of us old retired folks might be able to repaint the house that needs to be painted. Fix the windows that aren't sealed good. Plenty of uses for that money right here in this country. Charity begins at home, and Trump is one of the first people I've ever seen to have come out and say that. He's making these foreign countries that's been collecting money or getting our military aid, making them cough up some money if they want our soldiers in their country to protect them. We've been donating our military services for free. Oh, I forgot my camera. We have more than our share of people right here in this country. Retired citizens who could very well use their money. Could use a raise, ain't getting it. As for Pelosi and all that crowd, that's my opinion. What's your opinion on charity? If I'm wrong, point out my mistakes. How am I wrong and why? Charity begins at home, folks. This is Pwalpar signing off.